Hey Floppycatters, today I'm going to do a how to clean your litter robot 3. We have a couple of those on YouTube, but this is the first time I'm doing one with the gray one that we have. So there's some fecal matter there. There's lots of pea clump stuff going on up there, and it's just time. So the first step to cleaning your litter robot is that you want to hit empty. However, in our situation, I wanted to make sure that the waste drawer was not full so that I can pour that litter back into the litter robot to use it. You might not want to do that depending on your situation. You might notice with empty that it rotates in the opposite direction that it does to cycle it. And once upon a time I had a cat sitter who didn't understand the litter robot, and she pressed empty when you wanted to press cycle, and so the litter robot is left, as you'll see, completely empty, void of litter when you hit empty, and then also it stops in this position. So it doesn't allow the cat to use it at all after that. So it's really important not to press empty, only if you're going to clean it. The next step would be to power it off. So powering it off cycles it back to probably the home position, I would guess. Yeah, cycles it back to the home position. Now we want to unplug it. So if you recall, it plugs into the back here. Well, we'll just show you on the bisque one. It's on the other side on this one, but that's where it is. And now I'm going to pull it out from the wall so that it's easier to show you guys how to take it apart. Now that it is unplugged and away from the wall, then I'm going to pull out the litter waste drawer, pull out the bag so that I can reuse this litter when it's all clean. And then I'm probably going to come in here and vacuum all of that out, because the only part that you can really hose off and rinse off is the globe part. So you want to pull off the bonnet first. So you press in here, pull back, and then pull up to release the bonnet. And this has all the electrical stuff inside of it, so that's why you don't want to get it wet. The best thing you can do is just wipe it down with a cloth. I usually use something like vinegar and warm water. And then once the bonnet's removed, you can remove the globe. And then you have the base. And you'll see the base has quite a bit of litter. So I'm going to go in and vacuum all of that out before I take it outside to rinse it off. Once you're done vacuuming, and obviously this was a good opportunity because I'm product testing that vacuum right now, but you want to go in and just wipe down everything that you can't spray off, which is the base. And then there's these sensor panels too that you just want to make sure are clean on the inside, so wipe along there. And you'll see the sensor panels because they've got like a circuit board or something like that behind them. So wipe all that down, and then I like to wipe down the bonnet as well. It's funny, the gray one totally shows more dust and debris than the bisque one. And I know a lot of people were interested in the gray one when it first came out, but I think I like the bisque one because it doesn't show as much, to be honest. Okay, so those both are wiped down, and then you could wipe down the waste drawer if you wanted. It's just going to depend, on what yours looks like and how the cats have used it. And then last but not least, you can take out the carbon filter here. So just pull it down off those tabs, then pull it up, and you can go and rinse it off in your sink and let it dry outside and then reinstall it. I think you want to change the carbon filter every 6 months. It's just gonna, again, it's subjective. It depends on the odor that you have in your litter robot, because the carbon filter is the main thing that keeps the odor out for you. As far as what to clean it with, the litter robot's gonna have suggested products to do that with. Whenever you're cleaning something that involves your cat, that your cat's gonna be laying on, scratching on, that's anything that they could ingest into their mouth. So it's really important to use non-toxic products that are safe for cats. A lot of times I just use soap and water, like mild soap and water. But another option is vinegar, and so I have a vinegar in a spray bottle here. It's diluted though, so you want to look into all of that. But I'm just going to spray it down with vinegar before I spray it off with the hose, because that hopefully will kill some of the bacteria. But I've also literally just come out here and sprayed it off with a hose and wiped it down with a terrycloth rag, because that cleans it just as well, in my opinion. I mean, it is a litter box, so it's gonna have fecal matter, it's gonna have urine in it, and it's just gonna go back to having that. So to me, it doesn't need to be spotless. So again, you're gonna have to use your judgment, but just always be conscious of what your cat's paws and hair and body hair is gonna come in contact with, because that's anything that they're gonna lick off and ingest. All right, and this is where I just start hosing it down. Make sure it's on the right setting of my hose. And then I just kind of wipe it down with a terrycloth towel, a clean terrycloth towel. Not the one that I used to wipe off the other parts earlier. Once you've rinsed it off, then you can either take a towel and dry it all off, which I might do just to get some of the excess water there, but you can also just let it air dry in the sun, which I've done several times with the bisque one without a problem. It's the inside that has the longest time drying off, so I might face that directly into the sun. You just want to make sure it's not too hot of a day, of course, and that you're not like jeopardizing the rubber in direct sunlight for hours and hours. Usually I just have it out here for an hour or so before I put it back together. So it's been about an hour since I finished washing off the globe outside. One of the things that I discovered when washing the bisque one that we have is that Litter Robot puts kind of like a lubricant on the rotator part of the globe. So when I'm washing it, obviously I'm probably getting rid of some of that lubricant. So their solution is to take a little bit of furniture spray and wipe it where that rotates. I've discovered that with the bisque one, when it kept coming off of the base when it would rotate. So I'm just going to add that there, and maybe a little bit around here. I use a furniture polish that I have that's liquid, and I just put it on a paper towel. So that's what I'm doing. Okay, so once that's done, then you want to line up, this is called the key for the Litter Robot, and you want to line it up on the back so that it fits into the little slot. And then we know that it's aligned properly. Now that I have it secured on there, I might just wipe one more round of the furniture polish. It's so light you can't even see me wiping it. So then that's done. Then we want to put on the bonnet. So these little hooks on the back are going to go in first. Now I'm going to put the litter that was clean and unused that fell below in the bag back into the litter robot, which this is a really easy way to get it back in because it's an awkward angle. And then I'll reuse this bag again. Put that in. Drawer in. Put the litter collection mat there. And then we'll plug it back in. Once you plug it back in, it starts rotating immediately to kind of level out the litter and reset. And I did notice that in between filming that I didn't have the litter robot exactly at the right spot, or they didn't have the globe at the right spot, so I fixed that before I plugged it in too. I didn't think you guys needed to see me do it a third time. You also want to watch this little rubber, make sure that it's on there correctly. That sometimes will pop off when you're cleaning it. It'll pop off too if the cats are, you know, using their paws to clean it. I meant if the cats are using their paws to cover up their business, then that rubber piece can pop off there too. How often to clean the litter robot just depends on how often your cats are using it, how gross and dirty it gets. I have a video of how to do it inside as well. You can do it in a bathtub or a utility sink, or you can just wipe it all down and not really get everything completely drenched in water if you don't want. But you definitely want to make sure that it's ready to go when you come back in, that you put the right amount of litter in. Sometimes I've overfilled the litter level and then it won't rotate on its own cycle properly. So you want to make sure that is all good to go before you leave it be. And that's it. Let me know if you have any questions in the about section below. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. If you're interested in buying a litter robot and you're watching these videos to see how it's cleaned, then I will include a link to where you can get $25 off your purchase of a litter robot. We also have a Floppycats newsletter that you can subscribe to. It's completely free, and I include our videos and other tips about cat health, cat products, cat behavior, and more. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.